a Celtic fan and what it means to be part of that Celtic family. So Graham, we're super excited that we're having this opportunity to host this again this year, and to really put on another show for the North American Celtic family. But there have been people, like you were saying, that have been in touch. They're thinking about crossing the water just to come.
Yes,
because they know it's going to be mighty crack here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's astonishing. I mean, I've heard that as well. Some folks saying, how do I get a plane ticket to come over from Scotland to Philadelphia? I mean, the game's going to be, it's going to be held in Mount Florida. They're going to travel to Old City, Philadelphia to see it. It's truly spectacular, and it will not disappoint. I promise you that. Where can folks listening in find out more information, about the weekend's events? Maybe they were on the fence, but they said, that's it. I'm doing it. I got to come. Where can they find out more about where to stay, where the plow is, more of the goings on from the weekend? Tell us how we can find out more.
So all the Feile events are listed on our website, www.plowboyscsc.com. So everything up to this minute is posted there with regard to our hotel information, the room rates, booking information, and everything from Friday to Sunday that's currently planned. And we're still trying to add a few more events, and we have some things up our sleeves that we're trying to pull off before that weekend occurs. And you can follow us on Twitter at PlowboysCSC, and we're on Facebook as well, facebook.com/PlowboysCSC. So all the latest information is going to be on all three of those social media platforms.
Fantastic. You just heard it right there. Plowboyscsc.com for all of the relevant info. There's also, great other content on there, pictures, some background on the venue itself, the pub, Plow on the Stars. I mean, I'm a Philly guy. I lived in Old City for 7 years. I spent more nights in the Plow at 1 a.m. than I care to admit, but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about the game today. Let's sort of debrief a little bit and, get your thoughts, because it was an exciting game, albeit away from the result. I mean, I tweeted at the end of the game, nice football, shy finishing, 3 points, thank fuck. I mean, that's basically all that I can do to describe it. Seamus, what were your thoughts? Just a brilliant display of build-up. It was beautiful to watch at times, but it seemed like Guidetti just completely forgot how to finish.
We had some lovely touches. Some of the play, like you were saying, it was some beautiful, beautiful football that we were playing today. And we kept commenting right in the opening few minutes when Guidetti was alone on goal. I cheered, like I thought the goal was going to go in, and then it went wide. He had that sitter in front of goal where he accidentally cleared it instead of, getting a stronger foot on it and directing it towards the goal. We had Motherwell under siege for great portions of the game, even before they were at depth to 10 men.
Sure did.
And then we just seemed that we couldn't get another goal.
Yeah.
And when they had us on the break that one time, I said, we can't be conceding a goal here. But all in all, it's another 3 points.
Yep.
I'll tell you, I'm sitting here with Tim McMahon, who's going to chime in here in a minute, as well as Fitz. Got a little nervous there. Tim leaned over and said, he's like, I want this game to end with the 2 minutes, when there was 2 minutes to go, because you could just see, maybe them nicking a goal or something like that. So we were very happy here when the full-time whistle blew.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if we had a display like that? We played so well and wound up only with a point. I mean, there'd be a lot of houses wrecked after that. Tim, what were your thoughts on the game today? And then, let me get everybody's thoughts as well on Ronnie Deila. We've had near on 6 months to digest, what he's done, what he's tried to employ here. There's been detractors. I've been one of those. I'm starting to warm up. There have been people who have been behind him the whole time, but I think that we're starting to see something develop here, some sort of congealing. Granted, he's gotten, the benefit of some fortune, some good fortune along the way, specifically with the Europa League and in a couple of other situations. But we're starting to see his vision, I think, personally. What are your thoughts there? And then, your thoughts on the game today as well.
Yeah, Graham, I personally think it should have been 6-0 today, but hey, win's a win. Like Seamus said, it came away with 3 points. That's all that really matters. But some nervy moments towards the end, when the ball comes to F.A. Ambrose and we rely on him to clear the ball. I got pretty nervous there. But
you and everybody else.
Yeah, it should have been 6-0. But as far as Deila goes, like you said, I'm warming up to him. I was probably a little bit more patient than most Celtic supporters with him, but the thing I really liked was when we beat Aberdeen. What was that? 2 weeks back?
Yeah.
Right at the end there with 10 men on.
Yep.
And he comes out and greets the supporters at the end. That's the moment that kind of tipped the scales in his favor for me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was almost akin to the 3-3 Kilmarnock game for Lenny, where Stokesy came on. We were down 3-0 at halftime. Stokesy came on, scored a brace, and then Mulgrew heads it in. I mean, it looked like Lenny was headed for the sack. We were 15 points down. We come back, get the point. And then, we just pinned our ears back after that. I think that may have had a similar effect for Ronnie there. Like you said, going down to 10 men, losing our captain, nicking a last-minute winner there. And then, you can see the passion that Ronnie is putting into it, and it seems genuine. You can fake it. I mean, there are people that are good at faking it, pumping the fist and trying to come off as enthusiastic. I really believe that he's genuine and sincere in his passion for, what he's doing, what he's trying to do. I'm only a little bit nervous that if we win the treble, he's going to take his pants off. He has previous with this. I think it's building up. I mean, and I'm starting to see some pretense here. He talks about playing sexy football, and then we're going to win all the trophies, and then he's going to take his pants off, and that might make me a little nervous. I'm glad there's an ocean between us, but that's just me. Fitz, your thoughts here. Ronnie Deila. Listen, Fitz. Right now, but, Fitz, you tell it like it is. I mean, is Ronnie Deila? I mean, is he off sort of the schneid? Is he off probation? Can we go with him now?
I would say he's still on probation.
Okay.
I was one of the people. I am starting to warm up a little bit to him early in the season. I did not like it at all. Didn't like him. But I'm happy now. But yeah, I would say he's still on probation. Hold on. I'm trying to get my pants back here. I got them off too. Yeah, listen. What's ever best for Celtic? You know what I mean? Hopefully it works. So I said. I got him on probation. I'm like you. I am warming up to him.
Yeah.
Today's game, I was starting to get nervous later on because, they should have like Tim was saying. He's saying 6-0. I thought at least 4-0 they should have been up, and I was saying I hope like 89th minute, Motherwell ends up sneaking, putting a goal in and tying it up because we did dominate them.
Absolutely.
We need to be able to They should have put that team away early today.
Agreed.
Early.
Agreed.
But I mean, in the end, you need the win. You got the win, but they should have put them away early.
I agree. And the one flash of positivity from today's game as well. And a lot of people mentioned Stefan Johansson as the man of the match. I'm okay with that. I can go along with it. But the player that really stood out to me for a lot of reasons was James Forrest. And the reason why, I mean, obviously, you can say that James Forrest has been, bitten by some bad luck with regard to injuries. Others will say that he's just not durable enough. And you see this sort of cyclical type of pattern with certain players. I mean, you think back to Sean Maloney, just a brilliant player, but he just can never stay fit. And you can see that brilliance in certain windows, but it was just never extended enough. It was never, a long enough period in order for him to kind of gel in. And we're starting to see a bit of that with James Forrest, I think, over the past several weeks. As he's come in substitutes role, or maybe started but subbed off quite early, you're starting to see some of the fire back, which I love to see from James Forrest. Last week, I mean, he was genuinely angry about being subbed off at the 60th minute, which, at the time I'm thinking, it's not like you scored a hat trick or anything. I mean, just put your head down and and deal with it. It's for the team. But after thinking about it, I spoke to a couple people about it, and it's like, what? That's good to see. It's good that he cares that much. That he wants to be out on the pitch, that, he has a chip on his shoulder right now. And I'm glad to see it. He has something to prove. He wants to go out and show how good of a player he is. And I think we're starting to see that. Today's performance definitely displayed that to me. I mean, we saw his usual direct nature, his pace. I mean, it's just causing absolute fits for the defensive midfield as well as the back line of Motherwell. But also the work that he did in tracking back. Some of his defending, some of his cleaning up is something that we haven't seen much from him in the past. And the fact that he's doing more of that, I think, is him saying, right, I'm back, I want to be part of this team, and I want to show everybody just how good of a player I am. Seamus, your thoughts there?
I agree with you 100%. it's good to see him back in the team. He actually brings a spark to the team when he's out there
Did they win?
playing. And he just is that spark that comes on. I hope that he can stay fit because we're a much better side when he is fit. And I think that he'll absolutely run circles around the Huns when we get to play them on February 1st. Joe Hansen also played some lovely football today. How about that 1-2 move between Stokesy, then I think it was Stokes, then Guidetti to Johansson when he smashed the ball. Unfortunately, went right to the keeper. But if that would have been the goal, if that ball would have gone in, that would have been goal of the season.
Absolutely, it was gorgeous. I mean, I think there was like 3 back heels in that build-up. It's incredible.
We were oohing and ahhing, and that's the sort of sexy football that Ronnie Dahlia was talking about.
Yes,
so
keep your pants on. Keep your pants on, Seamus.
Mine will be on.
Fitz, watch him.
Ronnie Dahlia has been up to the Fenian bookshop there on the Falls Road in Belfast and got himself a tri-color pair of boxers for the day we win the treble.
Maybe like an eye patch or something, like a thong.
Now you got the tricolor.
You can get the tricolor on that.
You could. So I think that's what he's going to get. I think we're going to get them here too. Some of those. So.
Well, there you have it. I mean, if you're thinking about going to the Feile, just make sure that after we beat the Hunts, you run out. And nobody wants to see the eye patch. Okay, tricolor or not. Fitz, I need some more candor here, Fitz. Alexander Tonev. I mean, do we throw him in the Clyde? What do we do with him? Useless, right?
Yeah, pretty much, man. I just sent him down to the Glasgow City mission. Tell him to get something to eat and put him on a bus.
That's a great idea. I agree. I mean, listen, it's not proven as to whether or not he's a racist, and that's fine. I mean, and that's obviously something that expanded this week. His appeal was found to be disproven, which I think serves justice in this particular situation. You can't just assume that someone made a particular comment without any sort of proof, and to lodge that sort of complaint against a particular player when you don't have proof. I mean, that's incredibly debilitating. It's something that's going to stick with him on his record forever. It's a very serious charge to put against somebody, and you better be 100% sure that what happened.
Yeah, you're right. No, but that's actually today's world, man. People can just stick, especially a label like that on you pretty quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
And now all of a sudden, instead of them having to prove it, you have to try and disprove it. So
right.
I agree with you there.
But from a footballing standpoint, we have plenty of video that shows that he's a shite footballer. So I feel 100% confident in labeling him as that. Everybody can see it. My eyes don't deceive me. We can't.
Graham, I agree with you, but I think that he couldn't have been that shite had Aston Villa when he originally signed him. So he's proving that he's not worth anything to us. What he's done on the park so far. So I would send him back.
Send them to the Craggy Island with Pookie and Fred Johnson. Have them sit down next to Dougal and sweat it out or whatever.
Sepovic is.
He's on his way.
Yeah, he's got to. Tim was talking about that earlier today, saying that he's got to be sent back to Spain, get some confidence, and maybe we can bring him back. But I don't understand. If we were doing all this trying before we're buying, I don't understand how we're able to purchase him for 3 years, and we're trying all these other players before we sign them. So
because he was cheap.
Bingo.
Because he was cheap.
All I got to say is we got to sign Guidetti.
We have to sign Guidetti, but there's only one Sepovic. He's a super Serb, and we're about to kick him to the curb, walking in a Sepovic wonderland. But we do have to sign Guidetti. I think today was a bit of an aberration. There were a couple of just absolute sitters, like you pointed out, that he just completely ballsed up. But let's keep in mind that he might have had goal of the season chopped off incorrectly because the far linesman was a Masonic Khan. Oh, did I say that?
Speaking of that, did you see the Twitter pictures of the handshake before the Aloha match?
Yeah, that seemed a little far up on the wrist.
Little dodgy.
Seemed a little deep with that with the flesh. I don't know.
I think you're right.
Keep that knuckle under. Keep that knuckle under. That's all I'm saying, Timothy. Dodgy stuff. Well, listen, like we said, 3 points. Got to be happy with that. we're seeing progress, and and long may that last. We have a Europa League tie midweek,